Silence.
എന്തുകൊണ്ട് IELTS ആൻഡ് OET കോച്ചിങ്ങിന് 1,00,000-ലധികം വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ 9 വർഷമായി അജിനോറ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കുന്നു എന്നറിയണ്ടേ? അത് അവരിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെ കേട്ടാലോ.
അജിനോറിലെ ട്രെയിനേഴ്സ് എല്ലാവരും നല്ല ക്വാളിറ്റി ഉള്ളവരാണ്. അവർ നമുക്ക് ഇൻഡിവിജ്വൽ കെയറും തരും.
അജിനോറയിൽ റെഗുലർ മോക്ക് ടെസ്റ്റ് നടത്തുന്നുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ ഓരോ സ്റ്റുഡന്റിനും കറക്ഷനും പറഞ്ഞു തരും. അങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് പെട്ടെന്ന് ഇംപ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യാം.
നമ്മൾ പഠിക്കുന്നതിനനുസരിച്ച് നമ്മളെ ഫൗണ്ടേഷൻ, അഡ്വാൻസ്, പ്രീ എക്സാം എന്നിങ്ങനെ ബാച്ചുകളാക്കി കോച്ചിങ് നൽകുന്നു.
ഒരു എക്സാമിന് വേണ്ടി മാത്രമല്ല അജിനോറയിൽ കോച്ചിങ് നൽകുന്നത്, നമ്മുടെ ഒരു ഓവറോൾ കോൺഫിഡൻസ് തന്നെ ഇംപ്രൂവ് ആകും.
എക്സാം ക്ലിയർ ചെയ്ത് പ്ലേസ്മെന്റ് അജിനോറയിൽ നിന്ന് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എക്സാം ഫീസും ട്യൂഷൻ ഫീസും രണ്ടും റീഫണ്ട് കിട്ടും.
That's it. Download Ajinora Learning app now. Ajinora. Get set fly. എന്തുകൊണ്ട് IELTS ആൻഡ് OET കോച്ചിങ്ങിന് 1,00,000-ലധികം വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ 9 വർഷമായി അജിനോറ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കുന്നു എന്നറിയണ്ടേ? അത് അവരിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെ കേട്ടാലോ.
അജിനോറിലെ ട്രെയിനേഴ്സ് എല്ലാവരും നല്ല ക്വാളിറ്റി ഉള്ളവരാണ്. അവർ നമുക്ക്
Okay, let's begin.
Okay.
Good morning. Welcome to AJINORAH Institutions. I am Fessi.
I'm AJINORAH.
So today we are here with an exciting update for all the nurses who are planning to move New Zealand. So what comes first when we think about New Zealand? Definitely its picturesque landscape and the attractive sceneries, right?
Yes, of course. At the same time, New Zealand offers unique opportunity for registered nurses to practice in a diverse range of nursing practices. Like as an educator, you can work as an educator, you can just work as a nurse practitioner, nurse researcher, etc. The same way, if you're working as a registered nurse in 1 year, in at least 1 year, you will get PR there.
Okay, so if you were, so from which I understand that New Zealand provides a very good opportunity for healthcare professionals, especially for the nurses. And regarding the working hours, what more you can say?
About the working hours, at least 8 hours of working hour. Yeah. And if you are working more 12 hours or 13 hours or 14 hours, they will pay more.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And the ratio of the patient is also comparatively very good in New Zealand. That's what we hear, right?
Yes, the patient ratio is 1:3. 3 is the patient ratio. in New Zealand, wherever, if you are working in DH or in the resting home, everywhere the patient ratio is same, and you are getting the salary also same as all there in the resting home also the same, the DH also similar, almost similar.
Okay, that's a good thing. So in this live session, we are more focusing on the recent update of New Zealand and regarding like for nurses, what the score that they required, and regarding the processing and etc.
Yeah.
So let's begin. We know that all qualified nurses must meet minimum English language competence requirement before they can be registered with a nursing council. So according to the Health and Disability Commission submission, they're regarding their proposed changes. The recent updates, they have divided into 3 pathways.
Yes.
The 3 evidence pathways are the first and foremost, and the very important one is test-based evidence pathway, which means in which the evidence of competence is based on results in a council-approved English language test.
Okay, the second pathway is an education based evidence pathway, in which the evidence of competence is based on proof that education that lead to registration as a nurse was taught and examined in English in one of the approval group of countries.
Okay, so moving to the last one, a registration based evidence pathway. So this is the third one, in which the evidence of competence is based on a proof that an English language test was passed to obtain register in one of an approved small group of countries. So to explain more, I think we are very much curious to know what is the recent update that they have provided. Definitely we are coming to it.
Yes.
So it's time, I think, we
Yes.
can share that.
We can
very
reveal that.
happy news to all our students, and especially for those who feel like it is difficult to move to New Zealand, and so they easily, what usually they do, some countries provide like the processing duration is very less, so they immediately they jump onto that.
Yes.
But now New Zealand is also have come up with a very relaxing, exciting and a happy news for all the nurses who are trying to move New Zealand. Definitely, let's talk about the score first. So we are pretty sure that so far the score, what we wanted is individual 350 or B grade for OET.
All the modules.
Yeah, for all the modules. Equivalently for IELTS, even for 7 for
all the modules.
All the modules. That's
like
it.
reading, speaking, listening in IELTS academic. They want to get 7 for all the modules, and the OET is all B.
Yes, exactly. So do you know the recent change or
Yeah.
recent update what we have received this day? For the OET, you must achieve a minimum score of 350 in listening, reading and speaking. And regarding writing, you must achieve minimum a score of 300. So
Yes.
that's a good news for all the nurses, right?
Yes, of course. It's a 300. If you're getting 300 or if you're getting 310 or 340, that's fine. You can migrate to New Zealand. That is a wonderful news to all the nurses. We are really excited to tell this news to everyone.
So to make it short, for those who are trying OET to New Zealand, they need a 3B in listening, reading and speaking, and C plus for writing.
Yes.
So what about IELTS?
IELTS. Let's talk about IELTS. For IELTS, you must sit the IELTS academic. I just mentioning that academic, and achieve a minimum score of 7 in reading, listening and speaking, and writing it's 6.5. Okay.
Again, it's good thing.
Yeah.
So because what we normally see, we train students, so we know that both in OET or IELTS, they find more difficult with the writing module. So this is very relaxing. I would say more than happy. This is a relaxing update from the council.
Yes, correct. Because a lot of people are telling in IELTS it's very hard to write a lot of things, and we are not able to achieve their score. And now it's a relaxing moment.
Yes,
it's a really
definitely.
relaxing moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and also we are moving to another very important and exciting news for our students. The minimum score in the English language text can be achieved over more than one sitting of OET or IELTS within 12-month period. So which means you can if you are not able to crack your OET or IELTS in single setting, you can do the clubbing, that too within 12-month period. So that's again a very good opportunity for the nurses.
Yes, correct. Because you can club in OET also you can club, the same time IELTS also you can club. There is a clubbing option within 1 year or 12 months. Correct?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And what more we can say about it? And also we have got an update like there is a huge opportunities for the healthcare workers, for both nurses and doctors. And related to that, all are quite worried about the cost or the finances, right?
Yes.
So I have seen students who are worried about, they wanted to go New Zealand, but just because of the fact that they will have to pay a huge amount. So for the processing. So there is a trend that I say is then they're like, okay, we'll try it some other time. Let's go to other country which is more like less cost effective. So we'll go to that. So that's what usually students try.
Yeah. The same time, because some people, the recent winners like BSc winners are just trying to migrate to some other other country because they doesn't have any experience. Because of that, they will migrate to some other country. Like lot of countries are there, UK, Ireland. Maybe they will migrate, but now here in New Zealand there are a lot of opportunity. If you are in UK also, you can migrate from there to New Zealand. If you're working,
everybody is quite aware that New Zealand is one of the best places to work with as a nurse or in the healthcare sector. Definitely, the employers they always support the employee. Every fact, whatever the movement what they take, it's depending on the employee. So it is quite good for the people who work in New Zealand.
Yes, correct. So could you please tell me about the processing, how we can just process this for New Zealand?
First, you will have to have your nursing degree. Okay. And it's good if you have experience or without experience. During the processing time also you can go for it. If you are trying from India. Then see, one thing, if you have, it's well and good if you have the 350 for all 4 modules. It must be grade for all 4 modules. But in case if you are not getting through in single attempt, the first attempt you will have to go for all 4 modules. And if you are not getting your desired score, suppose if it gets C, I'm not telling about a minimum, you will have to have C+. You can have any grade.
D also, no problem.
Yeah, no problem. So in 12-month period time, suppose, for example, if you're writing this month, August, August month, and in couple of months or after 3 months, you can take the test, or even in the same month, if you have the test availability, you can go for it, and you can write the exam. But this time, the second time, you don't need to sit for all 4 modules. If you want, you can take the test separately, individually. So
you can just take single sitting also. So if you are just hard for reading and reading only you got C, and next time you want to achieve B score in reading, you can just take only that reading exam. You can just book that exam and you can just go for that exam and then try to take B grade or B score in reading. That is another thing.
Yes, exactly. So you can go for 3 to 4 attempts or more than one if you want. Until you crack your desired score, you can write your exam. There is no such barrier kind of, you cannot write after 2 months or 1 month of taking exam. There is nothing like that. You can go for the exam at any point of time you wish to write.
Right. We are getting a lot of questions. I got 3B and writing maybe C in first, and I got C+. So is it possible to club? So he is asking that written C in first. So it's possible. He got B. So this B score in reading, listening and speaking, that is fine, and you got writing C+, that exactly you can club. Okay, you can just club to New Zealand. That is correct. Then 2 year
freshers can be applied.
That is a good question. Freshers can. New Zealand is choosing at least 1.5 year experience is really required to migrate to New Zealand.
So what you can do is, if you really want to, you are a fresher and you want to work in either in New Zealand or Australia, the best thing what you can do is, what I suggest is, go to any country which they are not asking for any experience certificate.
Yes, correct.
Like UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like even
That's the best
freshers
opportunity.
Yeah, even after clearing the exam, OET or IELTS exam, you can in 3 months. The maximum they take 3 to 6 months of duration.
Yeah.
So within this time, you can migrate to UK. From there, working there, you can start your processing to New Zealand.
That is after 2 months you can just start your processing to New Zealand. After working, you got experience of 2 months, then you can just start working or start the processing for New Zealand. So it will finish within 6 months. So at least 1 year or 8 months you can just stay in UK, then you can migrate to New Zealand.
Yeah, at the same time they are gaining the experience too from there. So you're lacking nothing from it. You're earning, you're living in a country, and because you can show that in your profile, in your biodata, then you can move. You can start the processing with a reliable agency, and what the best is, some have curious to know about Australia too. So how to move to Australia? So working in like any country, you can go to New Zealand or Australia. So if you're finding any difficulty for the direct migration, what you can do is go to New Zealand. From after working, like after the processing, after working over there, you can start processing to Australia, and in which you don't need to write for any exam.
Correct. That is exactly.
Yeah.
But now in Australia, you need to get 3B. That is also, within 6 months, you can clap for Australia. The same time, I just want to tell you, there is NCLEX exam also is there to migrate Australia. If you are going to New Zealand, you can just migrate to Australia without that exam. That is the thing. Correct?
Another good news.
Yeah.
So I hope it is clear for all. If you have any question, please let us know.
Okay, a lot of people are asking, is there any change in UK score? Till now, there is no changes in UK score. You want to get reading, listening, speaking B score, and writing C+.
Minimum C+.
Yes.
Yeah.
Minimum C+, or
And
it is B also, no problem.
Yeah, clubbing also possible. And with like
Within
you
6
cannot
months.
have multiple writing or multiple test taking for it. You will have to have only 2 clubbings.
Yes. Okay, I think it's clear to everyone.
So in a nutshell, we can share that to move to New Zealand, you need writing C+, then other 3 modules, which are listening, reading, writing, B grade.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Equivalently, IELTS 6.5 in writing, and other 3 modules, definitely you require the same score like previous 7.
Correct.
So anything to add more?
One module alone possible to write in all
like you shared previously, like everybody have a similar doubt, like how to process to
New
Zealand, and more find stuck in the which agency to approach. Definitely AJINORAH is the solution, because AJINORAH, you can come to us. We have the counselors. We provide very genuine and fact regarding the processing. Definitely you can rely on us, and we will help you to reach your destination.
Sure, we have that, everybody will support you to migrate to New Zealand. If you are ready, we are really happy to help you. So you can just call us or contact us anytime. We are really happy to help you.
One more thing regarding the cost, if you go to, if you do not know in which way to go, definitely you will have to splurge a lot of money here and there. But it might take more time to reach your destined place. But what you have to do is instead go to the reliable place, reliable agency. Then you like plan your things and go according to that. And what we receive, the update what we got is most of the country, in New Zealand, most of the employees are very supportive.
Sure.
And sometimes you can migrate at free of cost.
Yeah, that means if you doesn't have the cap amount, like sometimes in cap is 6 lakh or 8 lakh. In some country or some places, if you want to migrate and you doesn't have that much of money, try not to worry about anything, because we are really happy to help you people. Like if you are paying the full amount also, you will get that amount if you are reached to New Zealand. Or else some sponsors will be there for you and they will sponsor you. But one thing you want to do that, if you are just you are going to New Zealand, or if you are reached to New Zealand, you want to work according to the sponsor, like 2-year contract will be there. That is another thing. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
a good thing about it.
Yeah.
And one question from Adil: 2-year experience is required. That's what we just covered the answer. Like minimum, you must have 1.5
Yeah.
years of experience in any field. Yeah.
Okay.
And regarding like many have a doubt regarding like only BScs can move to New Zealand, or whether GNM also can try, or what. So
Okay.
majority are having the same doubt. What you can say about it?
Okay, I can just tell you. Now the opportunity is for all the nurses, but the one thing for the GNM is you want to do, or else you can just do one thing. You can just study. You can just go for New Zealand and just study BSc nursing, and in that time you can accompany your spouse also. They will provide the spouse visa also. That is another thing.
Good.
Yeah.
So and some of have asked regarding the processing time. So it depends on soon after clearing your OET, first you must clear all 4 modules
Yeah.
individually. According to recent update, minimum C+ in writing, and other 3 modules
B score.
B score is required. And you can go with it is not necessary that nurses have to go only with OET. See, if you're okay with IELTS, you can try that and you can get the desired score. Then having that, you can move to New Zealand. The processing then it takes more up to 6 to 9 months. Maximum 6 months it covers. Right?
Yes, correct. Because Leah Anthony is asking how many months for total processing. Because if you are applying for New Zealand according to your papers, like the CGFNS, you want to apply. If you are CGFNS, you are applying, there are lot of questions they will ask. So how you are giving the papers, how fast your papers according to the processing will move.
Definitely. Some delays with the with the paperwork.
Yeah.
So you must be back to it.
Yeah, if according to the each individual, the processing time is different. Yeah, we are not able, because at least 6 to 9 months. Within 6 to 9 months, we can migrate to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So any other questions?
Okay, so I think everybody is clear with this. Anju Thomas is asking, experience gap is okay or not? Experience gap, according, if you are working at least 3 year or 2 year, within 5, not more than 5 years gap is not accepted in New Zealand. Within 5 years it's okay, you can just apply.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have any proper explanation for it, then it is well and good.
Yeah. So if any doubt, you can just approach AJINORAH Institution. We are really happy to help you.
We are there to guide you.
Yeah,
Definitely, we are
of
there
course.
to answer you.
Yeah. Okay. So I think everything is clear to everyone.
So any more doubts? Okay. So far nothing. So we have a lot of very huge opportunities for the nurses, so make use of it. So, and one more thing I want to tell my students, if you are not cracking, if you are not getting in your single attempt, do not worry. I'm telling you, I tell it repeatedly, because do not worry about your score, because you have opportunity to go other countries too.
there are a lot of opportunity nowadays. You know, the doors are opening for you. So please try to, you know, take your
And one
OET
more thing,
exam.
don't take it lightly. You will have to have individual B grade or a 350 score for each module. But in case you tried but you are not getting, if your case is that, then do not worry. Move to the second chance. Like you can attempt one more time. You can go for multiple sitting.
No
Take
worry
your
about
test,
that.
then write it, prepare for it, write it, then clear your exam. You can complain with the scores. Then you can try to any country wherever you want to move.
Yes, same time, chase your dream always. Because in AJINORAH, there are a lot of students are studying. The same time, freshers are studying AJINORAH. So there are solution for everyone. So please come to AJINORAH.
Everybody is quite aware that we take classes for both OET, IELTS.